your left. Only a monster of evil, God.
Did you ever hear the tragedy of Half Past Sheev?
Half of the past of the sheev.
Why did you say that name?
It's his other name.
You see this biscuity cookie? See, now you know I know Krav Maga, right?
Fine. I'll do it myself.
Do it.
I don't know why they had to do my boy Yoda like that.
They fucking murdered him.
We neither of us have really watched Rebels into depth. I've literally just started watching it after Clone Wars ended last week. I've watched maybe like 2 episodes. I mean, I watched some before, so I'm like halfway through the first season.
Yeah, when we were on vacation, we watched like a little bit, but I barely remember. Like, I would have to rewatch it.
Yeah, it's cool so far, but like I've been seeing memes online of like them comparing the Clone Wars characters, especially after seeing Vader and what is that? What's that Mandalorian's name that was in the end of the Clone Wars? Like the leader of Death Watch girl.
Something, not Voss, something with a V, I think. Fuck. I was gonna say Dryden Voss, but this dude from Solo.
You should look her name up real quick.
Okay, yeah.
But I keep seeing all these comparisons to the Clone Wars to the Rebels art, and I get horrified every time. It's like you see, I will say, there's one character that does not look bad, and that's Obi-Wan Kenobi, and they show like the hologram of him saying like, the Force is unbalanced, don't come back to the temple and whatnot. And he looks decent, whatever.
Bo-Katan, I think?
Bo-Katan.
Bo-Katan?
I don't fucking know.
Satine is the other lady, by the way. We've been saying Sadine the whole time.
I've been saying Satine.
Yeah.
Satine, yeah, she's Satine's sister.
Yeah.
But she's in it, and she has completely different eye color. I'm pretty sure in the Clone Wars she has yellow eyes, and in Rebels she has green eyes. But fucking to the point, Anakin looks horrifying as well. He looks like a surfer, like stupid.
You know the fish from SpongeBob that's always like, gnarly dude.
Oh,
that's what he fucking looks like. He would look like a human. Like if he was human, that's what he would look like. He would look like Anakin fucking from Rebels.
It's so bad.
Why that? And I think all these memes are coming out because everybody's now finished the Clone Wars. They're like, well, what do we watch now? Now we're back into the cartoons. Well, let's watch Rebels. Let's mosey on over there.
Yeah, also, they're probably fucking watch Clone Wars. We're like, this is cool. Then a few years later, Rebels comes out, and they just watch it like, oh, this is cool. And now they're coming back to Clone Wars and be like, hold up. What the fuck is this? Is this beautiful animation?
Dude.
I mean, like, Rebels animation is not terrible. Like, it's fine for the story, and I do enjoy it. But, like, it's just so funny. Like, Yoda is so fucking awful.
And that's the thing is that
it's so awful.
The art style is just so much in a different direction.
I feel like it's a lot less. I don't know how I put it.
It's more pencil. I don't know.
It's more like
it's not as realistic for sure. In a way,
a lot of it actually, it is more realistic in some aspects, especially like hair. Like Obi-Wan's beard in the Clone Wars is very sharp and shapy, and in Rebels, his beard is like more like it looks more like actual hair.
I feel like everything looks more Play-Doh.
It looks more. I'm trying to say the Clone Wars is a lot more of aggressive look. Like Maul looks aggressive, angry, and evil.
Like more adult. I
guess,
guess, in a way.
And then in the Clone Wars, he's like more like soft looking. I think that's why we were kind of thrown off when we looked at the Battlefront 2 skin, because it was the Rebels design clothing on like the serious Maul.
Right.
But I mean, as we like...
But you're trying to say Clone Wars was more aggressive, right?
Yeah, the Clone Wars
is
more
aggressive.
Make sure.
Okay.
Yeah, if I said that wrong, that's what I meant.
I think you flipped it, but
I don't know.
I'll probably look back and say I'm an idiot, but whatever.
Yeah, but yeah, Yoda looks terrible.
Yeah, he does.
Like,
he really does.
I literally watched this fucking video. Like, I'm about to pull it up. Hold on. Oh shit. Here. Okay, we're looking at the fucking Clone Wars. Boy! Like, what the fuck is that? like that's literally the Walmart version of Yoda.
The other one's like you fucking go to, I don't know.
You travel to Dagobah, you get the Clone Wars yoga, you travel to fucking Walmart on Coruscant, and you're gonna find this fuck in the fucking toilet paper section.
That's like, the other Yoda I feel like is like your fucking high quality collectible, and then this other one's like this fucking Hasbro...
The Walgreens
action figure, yeah fucking plushie or
fuck?
some shit.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, that is fucking terrible.
Well... Welcome back.
Welcome back. We just had to get that rant out of the way. Fuck.
Half Past Sheev. If you're new here, we're glad to have you. Be ready for two two wonderful men shooting shit.
I thought you were about to say grand podcast. I was
Yeah,
gonna be like,
I had to hold back. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. So there's an issue at work. Okay.
Oh no.
So I told you guys in the earlier podcast, whenever the fuck it was, that we Best Buy furloughed people, right? And we're still open, we're still doing our thing. That was fine at the time. Well, now they decided, hey, let's let people inside now and start actually reopening the store. So you want to tell me that when we were sitting there doing nothing, you had it fully staffed. But now that you're opening up, you want to cut down on the people. So now that there's real work to do, there's only 2 people that are doing a 5-person job.
Do you think they're doing that just in case workers do get corona, that they could just call in the second staff or some shit?
Maybe. Who knows? I have no idea. But it's fucked. Because now I'm working there alone at Geek Squad, basically, and I'm doing 3 people's jobs at the same time. It's awful. It's awful.
So you would say it is Rebels Yoda?
I would dare say it's Rebels Anakin. A little bit of both.
I don't know, man. That Yoda is pretty fucking
I know, yeah,
bad.
that'd be it. I don't see. That's the thing is do I hate the Anakin? So okay, Yoda looks just fucking awful. He just looks ugly, but Anakin just is a disservice to his character.
I feel sexually threatened when I look at Anakin. Actually, Yoda. When I see that Yoda, I just see Mama.
Oh my god,
that's me.
That one TikTok. Oh Jesus.
But if you guys have not seen this video, I guess I'll fucking figure out how to put it on our Instagram or link it or something. I'll maybe link it in the YouTube video. I don't know how the fuck to do it, but
we'll figure it out.
It's like a VR. These people are playing VR and they're like,
VR chat. I think.
What he's like, say something, Yoda.
He's like, oh, what do you say if I poke you, Mama?
And then he goes he's like, oh, bless me. Just look up Yoda molest me.
I'm sure
YouTube.
you'll find it.
No, I've literally looked that up and found it.
Yeah,
hilarious.
It is great. Oh fuck.
But
how about you, Frank? How you doing? Oh, he's rubbing the eyes.
Oh my god.
He's sighing.
I don't even know where to begin.
Uh-oh. What the fuck happened?
Well, the UFC was tonight. They came back because all sports were stopped due to Corona, as everyone knows. And the UFC came back for the first time in a few weeks.
I just want to say that I watched a part of it, and was it fucking weird to see just absolutely nobody in the stands?
They've
and
done that before, though. Before
it's just so weird.
They had one in Brazil with no people, but this fight I was pretty hyped for because this guy named Tony Ferguson was fighting. He's a 10th Planet black belt under Eddie Bravo, and he's the guy that owns the. I'm pretty sure he's said that he knows him, but the guy that owns the school that I go to trained with him before. Yeah, I seen a picture of him with him on Instagram that he posted. So that's pretty cool, and I was excited to see him. I really like watching him because I've seen him fight 2 other times before I even went to the school, and he's super awesome, and he's one of my favorite fighters. He was fighting, so I'm like, oh, sweet, this is going to be awesome.
So wait, your trainer was fighting, or a different guy that goes?
A guy that, he doesn't even go to this school. It's like, he goes to the 10th Planet. He trains with Eddie Bravo.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
straight up.
He trains, yeah.
I thought you were trying to say,
Eddie
your
Bravo
instructor was in the fight. I was like, oh, that must be really cool to see that.
No, yeah, that would be pretty cool, but no, he wasn't in the fight. But it was a stacked card from head to toe, the last 6 fights were fucking stacked, and then all the other fights were really good, except the girl fight was pretty fucking lame, but whatever. They're usually actually really exciting just because they have fast hands and stuff. But
yeah, I remember there was this one where I don't know if she was the title holder, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I don't know. I'm not that big into UFC lore, excuse me. But she's got her. I know. I'm sorry.
Lore.
I'm making myself out to be more of a fucking nerd than I should be.
UFC lore.
But anyways,
the NBA lore, baby.
I know of the legend LeBron. But I don't remember what her name is, but she got her face fucking destroyed. It looked just completely different.
Or whatever,
I think it was her.
Girl. Yeah.
And her head was
she
just
looked
humongous.
Yeah.
Fucking weird. She looked like fucking Martian Manhunter from Supergirl.
I'm pretty sure we watched that fight when Matt was here and we had we had a
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because I just remember it was her versus the China representative, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just remember looking back, and I was like, what happened to this woman? She did not look like this 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, it was pretty fucked. She's fine now. I've seen pictures
of her.
Okay, cool. But, I mean, it was a decent card all the way through. This one guy, his name is of course I blank out. He fought Rosenstrike, Francis Ngannou. He's a fucking beast. He's this giant African heavyweight dude. I didn't know what to expect. I've never seen him fight. I've seen highlights of him. I knew he's a beast, but he just fucking waltzed in 20 seconds, just knocked the motherfucker out with one punch. I mean, he threw a bunch of like haymakers, but
So
missed.
if this was Warrior, he was Tommy, is what you're telling me.
He would fucking murder Tommy. He would snap him in half and eat him for breakfast.
Oh.
But he beat the fuck out of him, and then there were a few other good fights. The co-main event, I was rooting for this guy named Dominic Cruz. He fought Henry Cejudo. Henry Cejudo's won an Olympic gold medal. He's held 2 belts before, and Dominic is probably the best at that weight class of all time. And if the one guy beats him, he'll probably be the best because. Long story short,
because of the the lore of the UFC, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
And he fucking got... It was a weird stoppage. He lost. He got TKO'd, technically, and I was kind of sad to see. And then he was, like, defending it because it was, like, a kind of an early stoppage. Not really, but it was just weird. And then the motherfucker defended his belt again, and then he just retired.
Oh.
He retired young, which is good for him. He's probably the best bantamweight of all time. I wouldn't say best flyweight of all time, but he's probably the best bantamweight of all time. He's beat the only 2 people that would be.
I mean, I feel like when you make a shit ton of money, you could just retire. You might as well. Like, why? Especially in that kind of line of work, I feel like that's something I would do unless I really enjoy it. I'd probably just do it, just get super rich, and then be like, well, I don't want to go get any medical...
He's literally beaten the best at 125 pounds, the best of all time, won that belt. Then he's also a gold medalist in wrestling, which is insane to have alone. Then he got a UFC belt, moved up in weight, got another belt from one that could be argued to be the best in that division, and then he just beat the guy that I think is the best in that. So he's...
Oh.
Yeah.
So he definitely has nothing to prove.
Yeah.
Plus he has a shit ton of money and probably doesn't want to, like, subject his body to any more pain than he needs to.
He's been wrestling for a long time, too.
Well, not pain, but more of, like,
no pain.
Possible long-lasting injuries.
Yeah, he just had shoulder surgery.
Oh, oof.
Shoulder
surgery. Sorry, it's a tongue twister. It's okay.
Jesus. But then we get to the main event, and fuck, I'll go into this quickly, but Khabib and Tony were supposed to fight. It's like the best fight ever statistically, like matchup-wise. It would have been amazing. Khabib couldn't because of this coronavirus thing. He fought this guy named Justin Gaethje. Long story short, they're both in America. And if Tony won, he would have fought Khabib, and we would have finally gotten our fight, which it's been scheduled 5 or 6 times and canceled. And it was amazing, and I was super hyped to see him. It comes out. The first round is whatever. He was just kind of pacing him. Second round ends. The other guy was kind of winning, but Tony fucking knocked him down clear. It would have knocked him out if it kept going anymore. But as the fight went on, he just started getting fucked up and losing the fight, and I was just like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
You made it this far, and then
well, it makes it even worse because we lose now ever seeing Tony versus Khabib, the fight that got away, which was the best fight ever. It would have been amazing. And then the fact that he lost, and every fucking fighter that I watch loses, dude. Every fucking fighter that I watch, like anyone I like, and I don't like a lot of fighters. I like Nate Diaz, Brian Ortega, I like Caron Gracie, and I like Tony Ferguson. I have not seen one of them. I mean, I watched Nate win a few times, but the rest of them fucking lost from me watching them live. So it's just fucking awesome.
I'm telling you, if you like somebody, you just need to root for the other guy, and then they'll win.
Dude, and what made it even
Reverse
worse,
psychology.
what put me in the worst mood is the guy, like, I was like, are you kidding me? That they stopped it. And he was mad that they stopped it because he wasn't really, like, out, but he was wobbling. Because the whole fight, he was taking, like, fucking hits. Like it was insane. Like, insane. He's very mentally tough, and, like, he stands up in between his rounds. He doesn't sit, or he was actually sitting in this fucking fight at the end of it.
Because he was having, I'm sure he had a few issues.
But the dude came up to him to fucking, like, hug it out or whatever, and he pushed him away and acted all like, and I was just like, dude, I think I just lost respect for him, but I mean.
I hate when people do that, because, like, you gotta have at least a sportsmanship.
I know that.
Unless there's legit beef or something like that between them, then I could somewhat understand.
You gotta respect.
But even then, that's what I'm
them.
saying. You still gotta respect them in there.
You didn't do as good as whatever. Like, suck it up. But I mean, I don't really know his situation or whatever. I'm still a fan of his, but I did lose. Just watching that, I just turned the TV off. Like, I normally would have just been like, whatever. I want to see the guy get the belt on. I just turned it off. It was kind of gross to see, honestly. Someone I really like just acting like that. It was, I don't know.
It's heartbreaking.
It's not heartbreaking.
No,
I mean,
fucking right.
fuck, he's not like my favorite fighter,
No,
but I really
gotcha.
like him. Like if I don't know, he's one of the ones I like. But anyways, fucking let's look past that. I'm gonna fucking enjoy this whiskey, but
Drown my sorrows in this Suntory whiskey.
delicious. But there was some cool news that we wanted to discuss. The fact that we already mentioned this before, but Mando season 2 is fucking gonna be nuts.
I know, and
I think that it either can be a hit or miss. Hit or miss.
I guess boy, you laughed at me for singing that one time in the podcast.
know,
Fuck
dude.
you. I personally think it's gonna be good. I don't think it's gonna be hit or miss. I think it's gonna be good. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So as we know, Ahsoka's gonna be in it, and as we know, Dave Filoni's directing one episode,
Which I don't think will be bad at all.
which will be fantastic.
I think
Dave
it'll be
Filoni needs to
automatically
take
fantastic.
control of the entire Star Wars
He
universe.
should. He's basically George Lucas, the second coming,
Yeah.
but hopefully has better ideas
Mm-hmm.
sometimes.
And then we're confirmed to get Boba Fett, which is fucking sane.
That is really cool.
And then we're gonna get
Oh,
possibly
yeah, because that's gonna be his first official thing in the canon saying that he's alive.
yeah.
I just realized that. Oh shit!
Yeah,
Wow.
it's nuts. And we'll be able to, and the actor that played Jango will be playing him, which will be cool because we get to see Boba Fett's face for the first time in live action, excuse me. And then we're possibly getting Rex alongside Ahsoka and what's her name? Sabine.
Sabine, yeah.
Sabine, and possibly Sabine.
Possibly Sabine might have already been hinted in the show in the season 1. Like I told you, there was a female Mandalorian that walked up to the other like girl that they were fighting. They had the high ground in that one episode, and they already came out with a pop, and it looked like Sabine's armor. So I think they were already kind of hinting towards her in that. So I don't know what they're hinting towards. If she's trying to hunt Baby Yoda 2 or some shit, who knows? But
So, well, first off, they need to fix Baby Yoda. They need to figure out what to do with him. Because it can't be stupid. If it's stupid, Mando has a lot on his shoulders. Mando will literally, if it's good, it's good. Like, adding Boba Fett will be awesome. I think Boba Fett should be a character in multiple episodes. I think that'd be kind of interesting.
well, especially since we don't have like much of anything about him
No,
at all.
I don't know if Jango Fett is a Mandalorian or not because I remember reading a fucking comic of how he was a Mandalorian and Dooku as a Jedi struck down his whole battalion or something and left just him, and that's why he was hesitant to work with him or whatever. But
It might have been expanded or something like that, though.
yeah, I don't know.
I remember reading this, or I swear it was in the Clone Wars where they said like Jango isn't part of us, but like, or like he was and now he's not, or
they
some
said
shit.
it in the Clone Wars that he has nothing to do with them, but they could just be saying that.
Well, I think what they were saying, or if I remember correctly, what I read about was that like he technically was, and then they said like, oh, he has nothing to do with us now, like basically saying like he's no longer.
I hope he's a Mandalorian because then they can talk about that a little bit.
Right, yeah.
So Boba Fett would be cool to have in multiple episodes. I think he'd be an interesting addition. But what I think they need to do, and Sabine would be fine in multiple episodes because they're all fucking
they're all
like
Mandalorian,
in
basically.
Mandalorian
Yeah.
armor. Dave Filoni needs to take control of Ahsoka and Rex and not let them escape his one episode.
I'm assuming that's why he's doing that one episode. Because I think that's probably gonna. I don't think they're gonna have a mainstay. I think they might just have like a cameo in just those.
And
that
if she
episode.
looks stupid, I'm gonna be so mad.
I know. I don't know. Rosario Dawson kind of. Well, especially since she's supposed to be older, anyways. So I feel like it could be
easier.
done.
She
Yeah,
can
it'll
a
be
little
easier.
uglier.
A little bit more human, so to speak. Older
Yeah.
human.
But
So.
I'm excited for it. They can't fuck up because in the eyes of majority of the fans,
That's the only
they
thing
have
we
been
have left.
fucking up.
Yeah.
And this is really, really key.
This is like the last chance, so to speak. Like The Mandalorian was like the one thing, the light in the dark for Disney, realistically. I mean, again, like all the movies,
Rogue
we
One.
think were good. Rogue One, I think was good. Or I think it was great, excuse me.
And then Clone Wars Season 7.
Exactly. But besides that, people really aren't too, at least the Star Wars fan base, aren't too happy with the rest of it. And I think they think Mandalorian Season 1 was like the one thing that was
Which
like the
was
light in the
great.
dark.
I
Which
thought
don't get
it
me
was
wrong, I think it was
fantastic.
really good, yeah.
Dude, Season 2, they need if this show can be a long-lasting season, like 5 seasons, it has a lot of potential. Like, we have the Darksaber with all that shit and the Empire, the last living Empire turning into the First Order.
Which is really cool, yeah, to see
Really-
that kind of
Really fucking cool.
change.
I would love to see Luke Skywalker in later seasons, and I want to see Ahsoka and Luke. Because, like, It doesn't. I can understand why Ahsoka would not be at the Battle of Endor or the Battle of what do you call it?
Crate?
No.
Oh, I don't know. Oh no, that's
Battle
after. That's way after.
What the fuck am I saying? What is the New Hope battle?
That was just a Death Star. There was no really battle, I don't think. Oh, you're talking about Hoth and Empire Strikes Back? You're really confusing me now. New Hope didn't have a battle. They just went to the Death Star.
They had a name for that battle.
Did they? Oh, you mean like in... Oh, right. At the end when they fucking blew up the Death Star.
I can't believe you don't know this.
Yeah, I don't remember. I'm sorry. Boy, you don't remember it either. Okay, he's looking it up. He's Googling it.
Oh my god.
I don't think...
Fucking Wi-Fi.
Oh god. Oh no.
I'm pretty sure it's the Battle of Yavin.
Oh!
Like, because they always say the before.
No,
Battle
yeah, I think
of
you're right,
Yavin.
because it's like because it was the Yavin was that base. Yavin 4 was the base, I believe. So that sounds about right. Battle of Yavin or something like that. Yeah. That sounds about right.
Yeah, destruction of the first Death Star. Okay, yeah. I knew that, but I was like, why would it be called Yavin?
Well, yeah, Yavin was a planet. Your Yavin 4, I think, or some shit. I don't know.
I could understand why she's not there, because there's a lot of shit going on. Just kind of explain what the fuck she was doing. And, my thought that just went to my head was, why would she not help Luke kind of build the Jedi Order? But then she's not a Jedi.
Well, right, that's what I'm saying. She's recently been like, I'm not a Jedi, kind of thing.
Is Ezra alive then? And why would Ezra not?
Well, that's the thing. We don't know what the fuck happens after hyperspace whales, so...
Also, we're not getting Rebels Season 2, Fiona says.
Which could be a good or bad thing.
Season 2, Part 2.
Because maybe he's saying that as in, like, Rebels as a TV series of those specific characters will not be there, but they could still continue the story of Ezra in a different kind of show, or his own show or some shit. Who knows? I don't know. No. I don't think they should do it. Like you're saying, no. Yes,
Ezra would be interesting if he popped up in later seasons in The Mandalorian.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, though. They would need to somehow explain it, though. Because they can't just have, like, an episode where he's like, after I was transported with Thrawn and these Empire's fucking hyperspace whales... Like, they need to go more into it. Like, what if, like, they're thrown, like, far into the future, and that's going to be, like, the new threat? Because now Palpatine's gone, everything's technically gone. The First Order is technically falling, as far as we know. So, like, what if it's going to be, like, Ezra and Thrawn show up, and Thrawn's like, I'm starting my own empire.
I wouldn't like that.
I wouldn't like it either, but I'm just trying to think in the future, too. Because, like, where is Thrawn then? Like, where did they hyperspace whale to?
I don't know. I don't know anything about the ending. So
I know, but I'm just saying. So many questions.
I don't even know if they hyperspace whale away.
That's what I've heard, at least. Realistically, I haven't seen it, so I can't even say. Maybe I'm sounding really stupid, but from what my friends have told me, he basically got like hyperspace jumped whale thing away. So I know that's why I'm like, do I want to watch this?
But regardless. I hope they do it good, and if they do it good, it will be fantastic.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's ways they can mess it up for sure. It's easy. I think it's easier for them to fuck it up than it is going to be to make it good. Like, because to fuck it up, it's easier to fuck it up and just be like, why do we even need this? Like, why are they even here? It's going to be hard to have a legit reason as why to add them in.
Unless they do Boba Fett a good job, I would honestly rather have them just leave him out.
I think Boba Fett's cool. I think he's a cool addition.
I like him, but like...
Only because we don't know much.
Too much for the second season, introducing all these...
Well, it could depend, because realistically, we don't even know where the story's going. All we know is that Baby Yoda is now considered... Or like his new quest is finding the home of Baby Yoda, or whatever he's trying to do now. Which is basically like trying to figure out where he came from. So like that could literally lead to anywhere at this point. So like maybe he's just going to meet a whole bunch of shit or people along the way.
He eventually grew into a clone of Palpatine and birthed Rey.
Oh my god. Baby Yoda is the fucking Palpatine. What is his face? Don't you know his name? Did you say his name one time?
What?
Palpatine's son or clone's Rey's dad.
No.
Doesn't he have like a specific name? No, does he not?
I don't know. If he does, I don't know it.
Fuck, I thought you told me at one point. For some reason, I'm thinking of like Quark, but that sounds completely stupid, and I'm just gonna stop talking. I don't know.
Quark?
It sounds like something they would name him.
No, that does not sound like anything at all. Quark?
Little do we know his name is actually Jar Jar Binks Jr.
That was even worse than Quark. But anyways, we finally did the top 10 Marvel movies. It is here. I did a poll on our Instagram where I took the top 16 rated movies on Rotten Tomatoes, the audience rating.
Yeah, fuck the critics.
Yeah. And I put it into a bracket. The first versus the worst, kind of going like that, all the way to the middle versus each other.
Right.
Went through a bracket over 2 weeks. You motherfuckers kept tying the results, so I had to do 4 times. I had to do tiebreakers. The ties were broken.
Oh.
Breaking news. And a
Breaking
top
news.
10 was formed. So we have an audience top 10, or, yeah, right, the audience.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Instagram followers, whatever. Top 10 of collective thing. And then we have our own, each Mike and Frank's individual
Top 10
lists of the MCU movies. So not including like Venom or Spider-Verse or anything.
Excuse me. Venom is obviously number
It's
1.
gonna be carnage.
When I get out, and I will get out, there's gonna be carnage. What an awful... Okay, I don't think we talked about this last time. I'm just gonna skip that for just a second and just say, what kind of fucking title is Let There Be Carnage?
I'm pretty sure we talked about that.
I don't know if we did or not, but fuck. That is so awful. That is one of the worst things they could have done.
They can't bring it into the MCU now.
They really
It'll
shouldn't.
taint it.
It has an almost perfect track record already. Do not fuck it up.
Yeah, like the Universal Studios Hulk movie is as bad as they can ever get.
Yeah.
Like, that movie is fucking.
You know,
awful.
a lot of people don't like Thor 1. Like, a lot of people hate Thor 1 for some reason. I don't hate it. It was
Fuck
like,
them. I like
it was
that
good. It was a Marvel movie.
Speaking of Marvel movie,
Oh my god. Perfect segue back to what we already segued into.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa.
But
Jesus.
table slam. I'm gonna go dick in to fucking
Balls deep.
Whatever.
Dick in.
To
I
the
was like, what?
audience's always dick in.
Oh.
To the audience's top 10 Marvel movies. We're gonna start from 10 to 1, and I guess we'll kind of discuss it. You guys got number 10. You voted Civil War.
Respectable.
Yeah.
Respectable.
Civil War is not my favorite movie. I don't really like it that much.
I know in the beginning you hated it. That's what I remember, is that you absolutely like hated it.
I still don't like it that much.
Yeah, but like you like really hated it. Like you were saying like this thing was shit. Unless you were
no.
just being over dramatic in the beginning. But
I never hated it like that. I always thought it was a fine movie.
maybe it was your
but
sister then.
Yeah.
But
No.
I just remember somebody hating it completely. And I was like,
I never hated it. I just thought it wasn't my favorite Marvel movie.
Yeah, it's definitely not my favorite either.
I can see a top 10 though. Introduces Spider-Man. It has a plethora of is that the proper word? I just took a fucking leap of faith and
Plethora.
used a big vocabulary.
You were
word.
close. Plethora.
Sure.
Excuse
Whatever
me.
whatever that means.
Like a
And,
lot, basically.
A lot of
Like shit
fucking
ton.
heroes and stuff. So it was interesting.
It was the thing, yeah, and it was the first time you see like heroes. Well, in the Marvel Cinematic, heroes against each other,
It
basically.
set up a good thing for
for sure.
Endgame.
Yeah.
How we get to finally see Steve Rogers and
Iron Man,
Iron Man. He's like,
Tony Stark.
you said we'd fail together or whatever. Where were you? And he's like,
Oh, that was such a good scene. I forgot about
yeah,
that.
It's very good. But at number 9, we got Avengers, the first Avenger movie. Not the first Avenger, the Avengers movies,
right.
the
Like the first of the four Avengers movies.
movies.
Yeah.
I can see that. The
Respectable.
Avengers movie is a great movie.
I think okay, I don't.
Yeah, it's
we'll
kind of
have to go
hard
into
to
it.
review someone else's list without just vocalizing our
your
own opinions.
But I would say it was.
I can see it. I have nothing wrong
Yeah,
with
for sure.
that.
Yeah, I could definitely see it.
And then we got at number 8, we got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Which is I think that's completely
You
fine.
think it's good?
It's a fan favorite movie for sure. Guardians of the Galaxies are both hilarious.
Yeah, they
They
are.
have great characters, and it's a great story.
I feel like the first Avengers just has so much more nostalgia for me that I feel like I always want to put it higher up than I should.
Good thing this isn't your list,
I
Buckaroo.
know, right? So I always feel like the first Avengers should be like I feel like I would put that over Volume 2, but realistically when I look at them as just straight up movies, I do think Volume 2 is better. But like just my nostalgia fucking goggles are still on.
I personally think that the Guardians of the Galaxy first movie is one of the best movie critic wise of all the Marvel movies. One of the best because it's just like a really good movie. But
yeah, it mixes kind of everything a little bit.
I'm not a
everything.
fucking movie critic, so I could be completely wrong. But they got at.
I think they know that. I think they both know.
Yeah,
or they all know
judging
we're
our
both
movie
not.
reviews.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. I want somebody to do a review of our movie reviews.
Yeah, right. And then at number 7, they got Iron Man, the first Iron Man 1.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So that's a for sure. I think. I
think that's on everybody's top 10.
It's a great movie, but it's not as as you get later on into the movies. There's so many different characters and all these.
Well,
movies
yeah, right.
together
You
that,
get a bunch of
a
shit.
solo
like that.
Iron Man movie just can't really compare as much as these movies, but it's such a good movie that it still will rank
It's just so
among these,
iconic.
like,
In the Marvel
I mean,
Cinematic
insane.
Universe, it's just too iconic to
Yeah.
not have on your top 10.
And when you see how young Robert Downey Jr. looks, it's amazing.
I forget how young he like really was when he first played that.
Yeah,
Now he
like,
looks. He doesn't look like
thick
super
hair,
old.
really
Yeah,
long
yeah.
eyelashes.
Yeah, he doesn't look like super old now or anything like that. But like you could definitely tell like
Delicious.
all of them are like older than what. Oh. Oh. Okay, number 6.
Anyway.
We're gonna stop moaning like fucking weirdos here.
Then we got at number 6 we got the first Guardians movie, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
No, for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I almost,
Everything.
I'm trying.
I know. I'm trying. Like I'm like I would put it higher.
It's an awesome movie. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So awesome. Like I literally went into it like, what the fuck is it, Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the same
Yeah.
thing. That's the thing that Marvel has done so perfectly with this universe is that there's
Dude,
so many
I didn't
characters.
know
I was like,
what
who
Thor
the fuck?
was. I didn't
yeah,
know what
I was like,
Thor
who the
was.
fuck is Iron Man? I was like, who the? Okay, I know Thor from, or I knew Thor from, like with Norse mythology because I was always kind of interested in that kind of stuff. But like, shut up, motherfucker. I know I've been like,
Your
I've been
Thor
real nerdy
lore,
here with,
bitch.
with my UFC lore and. But like I knew about that already, so I was like, wait, is he like a superhero or some shit now? And
I like how
didn't know
you're
about all
worrying.
that.
I'm sorry, I'm completely interrupting you, but I like how you're worrying about being nerdy when we've literally just.
I know, I don't know.
Literally just talk about.
I just
like,
feel like
the
I've been
nerdiest
like
topics.
weirdly nerdier in this. I don't know, fucking. I'm sorry.
Am I too macho for you?
Yeah, bro, you're too alpha, homie.
I know.
I'm too beta over
There's
here.
a proven fact that you're the beta male of this podcast.
Boy,
It's Half Past Sheev,
Test me.
Alpha, and the beta.
damn,
Mike's the beta.
just gonna leave.
He
And
should-
with that, no, I'm just kidding, not yet.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say,
You're like, oh,
I gotta get through this list first. So I just said Guardians, correct?
yeah, Guardians. Mm-hmm.
And then at number 5, peeking in on the top 5, slipping into the top 5,
Ooh,
sneaking in,
slipping
crawling
in.
in and crackling in, we got Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, okay, so Ragnarok for sure in my top 5. I won't tell you where it's
Yeah.
supposed to be.
It's one of the best
What
movies.
I think it should be at least.
I think it's... Yeah,
But it's definitely respectable that it's in
just,
top
I
5.
literally am just trying not
I know,
to
no,
say
I know.
things
It's
that affect my
definitely
list.
should be in a top 5, and I understand that one for sure.
It's insanely funny. Thor is fucking amazing at the end of it.
Oh yeah,
We
that's
get
like
a
the
Doctor
coolest
Strange
Thor ever.
cameo.
This is the
villain
coolest Thor has ever
fucking
been.
amazing.
Yeah, Hela's really good actually. I wasn't
She's
like
awesome.
thinking she was gonna be like good or anything, and then I watched. I was like, this is really good. I'm like,
Yeah.
everything here is perfect.
It's an amazing movie. That's all I can say.
And then it sets it up for Endgame. It literally leads right into Endgame too.
Yeah, which is beautiful.
What a great movie.
Number 4, they have Winter Soldier.
Respectable.
Yeah, which Winter Soldier I was surprised got so low. Because Winter
See-
Soldier compared to like the collective group, kind of like the collective Star Wars group where everyone hates the fucking sequels and loves the original and hates everything else.
Right.
Because they're fucking toxic as shit.
I know.
But the typical, which the Marvel guys are fine, the typical Marvel fan likes Winter Soldier at number 1.
Yeah, which
It's
is
like
kind of
IGN's
weird to me.
list is like Black Panther at number 5, which Black Panther didn't make anybody's list at this podcast.
Well, it's because that and Winter Soldier are overhyped. Black Panther way more so though. Winter Soldier is
Winter
definitely
Soldier
respectable.
deserves to be in a top 5 or at least
Oh, for
a
sure.
top
No,
10.
yeah, I understand that.
It
Yeah,
needs
yeah.
to be in with your top 7, I think. Winter Soldier is a great movie. It's the best. It's the best Captain America movies, and Black Panther is a good movie. Like I really like it, but
it's
I
just
feel
another
like it's
Marvel
so
movie. That's all it
overhyped.
is.
Like it's just like another like. There's nothing too special about it. If
Yeah.
you really like him, I can see why you'd have
Yeah,
him
like
on.
don't get me wrong, the
You really
universe
like
and
the whole,
everything
like,
was really
African
cool.
thing. It's like really cool.
That was
but
really cool introduction.
It wasn't my favorite.
Yeah, and especially with like at least for my personal, I know I'm
He
kind
just
of
got
like weird
beat
for it,
just
but
to come back and win.
yeah, I mean,
that's kind of like
that's kind of the hero's journey, realistically. But overall, like the CGI and everything, like it wasn't anything like crazy. Like I feel like CGI was actually worse in that movie than it was in most other Marvel movies, which is weird to say
I
because it
actually
was like
watch
rated
movies
so high.
only for CGI. That's my favorite.
Well, I'm just
movie of
saying,
all
like
time
that.
is
That was like
Batman
one of the
versus Superman.
That was one of the main things because most of the Black Panther suit, especially when they were fighting together, Killmonger and Black Panther in the fucking vibranium, like mine. It was all like CGI basically.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
like it
excuse
kind
me.
of looked. Yeah, I know what the fuck was that. But like it overall, to me at least, it didn't really look that great. And I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, I liked it, but it's just
Yeah,
not,
don't get me wrong. It's still a great movie. It's
there's
just it's not top 10.
There's
23, I think. Yeah, I think you're right.
24 with Black Widow, which we would have had 24. Not for the
Well, she's
fucking
the beginning of Phase 4, right? I think she's the first.
Yeah.
I don't think she's considered part of Phase 3, which
No,
is weird because
fucking Far From Home was the beginning of Phase 4.
no, Far From Home was the end of Phase 3. I don't know why they did that, but Far From Home was the end of Phase 3.
Well, I kind of get it. Yeah, I kind of see that.
Yeah, but I also don't like.
It's like an epilogue almost.
They might as well just
Endgame.
put Black Widow in there as well, because like it's basically it is part of the story of Phase 3. But whatever. Anyways, we're getting too far into.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah. Excuse me, sorry, I'm not a billion-dollar corporation.
The Black Widow movie looks amazing, though. I think it would break into
good.
my.
Taskmaster's
top
actually really cool. I've been learning more about him, and he has it's called like adaptive reflexes or
He's
some
big
shit.
dumb.
How dare you?
But we just said Ragnarok. No, we said Winter Soldier.
Yeah, Winter Soldier. Yeah.
So we got number 3. We got Spider-Man: Far From Home at number 3. So
I personally wouldn't put it that high.
this movie is the best rated movie on Rotten Tomatoes.
Of all Marvel movies?
Yes, of all the Marvel movies.
Shit.
I'm pretty sure it had a 96 audience.
Over Endgame?
Yeah. Oh, Endgame's was not even nearly the best.
What?
Yeah. Here, I actually let me get up and grab a piece of paper. I have it all written down.
He's going. Just to me, that just. I mean, don't get me wrong. Far From Home is a great movie. I really do like it. It's just. I'm surprised that it's. I feel like Endgame was just such a peak point for all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe that I feel like
here we go.
I can't help but rate it high.
Let me actually read you some of these Rotten Tomato audience.
Yeah, I want to hear some of these.
So Endgame got a 90.
Respectable. Okay, 9 out of 10, 90%.
I see that because a lot of people see
That's an
Endgame
A.
as Endgame.
Overall.
I could see why people don't like Endgame. We'll talk about Endgame when we get to Endgame.
Yeah.
Infinity War got a 91. Winter Soldier.
Okay, so we'll talk about it later. Yeah, you're right.
Winter Soldier got a 92. Ragnarok got an 87.
Oh, wow, really?
Avengers 1 got a 91, so it's better than Endgame.
Oh,
Iron
shit.
Man 1 got a 91, better than Endgame. Civil War got an 89, so it's really close to Endgame. Black Panther got a 79, excuse me.
Really? Got 79? I thought it got, really, really high.
Yeah.
I always heard it got, a 98 or some shit. Maybe since then it went
South
down.
wasn't too fond of it.
Oh, yeah, nope. You're probably right. The thing is, you're joking, but you're probably fucking right.
No, I know I'm right. Spider-Man 2 got a 95, the best rating. And then Guardians of the Galaxy 2 got a 92. So that means that Spider-Man 2, Winter Soldier, and Guardians of the Galaxy 1 are all better than all the Avengers movies.
Huh.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2 then got an 87. Ant-Man got an 86. Doctor Strange got an 86. And then the rest are just kind of lower 80s and 70s.
See, that's the thing. No Marvel movie has gotten lower than a C, from what I can... Unless you're... I don't know about the Incredible Hulk movie, but... None of them have gotten lower than a C, and I can definitely agree
I'm pretty
with that.
sure. I'll look it up right now, but I'm pretty sure Incredible Hulk got like a 70 something.
Okay, but I can definitely agree with that because I feel like all Marvel movies are just at the very least they're adequate. You know, they're just great Marvel movies, or a good Marvel movie. Excuse me.
Yeah, it got a 70.
That's surprising.
The fucking pussies at Rotten Tomato gave it a 67 though.
Yeah,
Which I would honestly give it something more like that. I'd probably give it a 65.
Yeah,
or something.
no, yeah. That was that's the one case that I'd be like, yeah, the critics are right.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I found that interesting how Far From Home was so high up, and I guess I'll just talk more on my opinions on that movie later.
True.
But then they have Infinity War and Endgame as the last two, which were voted.
Which is for me makes sense for me. Yeah, it for sure makes sense for me. I feel like that is
I can also understand why someone would not put them two at your top two, because some people feel like the only reason it's good is because of all the fucking heroes in it.
And it's that's kind of true, but at the same time, that's just the movie. That's just how the movie is.
Yeah.
Realistically, on its own, as its own kind of movie, they're probably not great. Because if you think about it and just took those two movies out of the entire universe, let's say you never saw anything else in the entirety of Marvel.
No, you can't even compare them like that because everything builds up.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
them.
Everything builds up to... That's what I'm saying. That's taking out... And I think that's what people have an issue with.
That'd be just like watching a random Star Wars movie.
Yeah, that'd be like starting Star Wars at episode...
That'd be like watching The Last Jedi and then saying it was bad.
That's like watching Return of the Jedi without seeing any of the other Star Wars movies.
Yeah, which actually I think someone would like that anyways.
Fuck, you're right. Whatever, either way, you know what I'm saying though. There's no lead up, there's no extra backstory that you'd be kind of confused who the fuck are all these people.
But ad break?
Ad break.
After the break, we're gonna dive into our own each individual lists, and then we're gonna talk over our opinions on how to watch the Star Wars chronological. How do I explain this?
Yeah,
the chronological order.
You look at me for
Star
help.
Wars.
How do I explain?
The chronological order to watch the Star Wars
I got
movies
it.
and shows.
At least in our opinion.
Stay tuned, sexy ladies.
Oh, and gents. We don't discriminate here. Ad break. Sorry. See you soon. Hey guys, it's your boys Mike and Frank here from the Half Past Sheev podcast. Just wanted to tell you guys about a nice little app called Anchor. Frank.
All right, guys. So have you ever wanted to make your own podcast but thought to yourself, oh, that's too hard, too difficult. Like, how am I going to get on platforms I only can put on YouTube? No one's going to watch it. Well, Anchor. Anchor is your solution. Anchor has an easy recording process, easy editing. You can upload your own picture, change your name. You can change it whenever you want, add a bio. Extremely user-friendly. And the best part of it is it uploads it to every platform possible. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and literally like 10 different random podcast apps. And that's what you want. You want to be on every platform that you can get to get your podcast out. It's what we use, and it's literally the sole reason we have a podcast. We owe so much to Anchor, and it's fantastic.
Yep. And if you guys want to go ahead and make a podcast as well, go and download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
You can do it.
Thanks, guys. Gather around the fire. We're about to do our Marvel top 10
Marvel movies
of all time.
Yeah.
Personal opinion.
So I'm gonna fucking dive right in, full form dive. I don't know what you call that.
Shit, Olympic diver over
Yeah,
here.
I'm an Olympic diver, but I'm gonna go my list. We're gonna do it just like we did the other list. I'm gonna go 10 to 1. I'm gonna start this jam-packed list off with. I'm gonna go ahead and say this list was really hard to make.
Dude, it was fucking awful to make. Not okay.
Because there's so many movies that I would have liked to put
That's
on
what I'm
here,
saying.
But like, I think I'm pretty happy with this.
And
like,
it's not. So,
I'll go ahead and say a few honorable mentions would be like Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yep, same here.
What else did I? Oh, and I didn't.
First Captain
I didn't
America.
Put the first Captain America and the first Avengers movie.
Same. Yep.
Those are honorable mentions for me.
Those are the same thing for me as well.
So I got number 10. I got Homecoming, Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Okay.
Now I'm sitting here thinking, do I like Homecoming more than Avengers and
What are you thinking?
Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and... Yeah, okay. Yeah, for now, as of right now, I do. I really like Spider-Man. A lot of people hate on Tom Holland as Spider-Man, but he's by far the best.
I don't think people are hating. I think it's everybody's just like, it's because people are saying, oh, Tom Holland's the
Change!
best. Literally, so it's that.
But Tobey Maguire's
so yeah, everybody was like, so everybody who grew up with him were just like, he's always just the best Spider-Man? What do you mean? Because everybody's like, oh, Tom Holland's like the best Spider-Man so far. And people were like, excuse me?
Yeah.
Obviously, Tobey Maguire and his fucking emo dance in the third one is the best one. Fucking Pizza Time. It's the fucking worst. Yeah, I know. Shut up.
It's a totally different kind of Spider-Man.
It's totally
Aunt
different.
May is completely different. We don't
For
really
the
see
time-
as much Uncle Ben as well.
For the time, those Spider-Man movies were made perfectly. For the time.
Yeah, they're fine.
Because that's like,
They're
what,
fine
fucking
movies.
early 2000s or the
I'm
fuck
not
it is?
a huge fan of them. I think that that these two blow those three out of the water. Come at me, bitch!
Yeah.
Those two blow them out of the water. I like the entire Peter Parker Tony Stark dynamic. I think that's awesome, and how he's
that's
gonna
really
become
cool.
the new Tony
Right.
for this new wave of the Marvel universe.
Plus, it's more legit to his character because obviously he's actually actually looks like he's supposed to be in high school. First off, he actually made the web shooters himself and had the fucking material, or not material, but formula basically for the webs. He made all himself, and he's supposed to be smart. Which I will say, they haven't shown his genius side, but in the original one they didn't do that either.
I mean, he's at
at all.
a gifted school and stuff.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
that brings me more to a fact. The two Spider-Man movies, I love Ned, and I love his entire class. Penis Parker,
yeah.
I love that. I think that's so funny. People might think that's stupid, but I love all that dynamic with Zendaya as MJ or whatever.
Yeah, which is supposed to be Michelle Jones instead of Mary Jane. So I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know. That's
Mary
a whole different
Jane.
thing.
Fuck that bitch. We don't need her in this.
It's just something completely. I don't know. I'm hoping that they'll just go back and be like, yeah, it's Mary Jane, because they might as well. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, they might as well. They can't just fucking throw us off.
They can have an MJ and then all of a sudden be like, oh, this is the real MJ.
Yeah. As of right now, they don't have enough movies to do that.
Yeah, that's true. Well, with Sony, I don't know. It's a whole different can of fucking worms.
But yeah, that movie is fantastic. I love it so much. And then coming out number 9 is Age of Ultron, and Age of Ultron is a movie a lot of people hate,
and
think is awful.
I
can agree, it's not like the best fundamental movie.
Yeah,
but
okay.
I love them in hiding. I love the scary like AI type villain in Ultron. Then we get fucking Vision. Vision's an awesome hero, and just like the end fight scene where they're underneath that like gazebo, whatever the fuck that is, fighting together.
Yeah, that's really
to
cool.
Save their fucking.
I know. I will say the only thing that I dislike about that movie most is Quicksilver. Like, they just brought him in just for him to immediately die.
I thought that was fine. Fuck
I thought it was kind of stupid.
Quicksilver's stupid anyways.
He's cool. I think he's
rip
cool.
off of the Flash.
No, he's cool. Quicksilver came out first.
No, he didn't.
I know. I'm fucking joking. Yeah, Flash came out way before him.
You were right though. Whatever. Nah.
Oh, Namor.
Yeah.
When I was talking about,
came out.
it came out before Aquaman.
I looked up a thing of like who came out first, and DC literally has like everyone except Namor.
No, there's a few other ones that I looked up too.
I will say there are a few more.
I will
but
say
if you
Marvel
look up, they did
had
like a
the
score where
most.
like they go negative the more they copy, and Marvel is fucking has so many.
Yeah. At least the
ones that DC copied were the stupid ones that aren't even like copied. Like they said, I'm pretty sure there was like a Catwoman in Marvel or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, Black Cat. She's Spider-Man's.
I don't know if that was.
thing.
It might have been it.
Well, that's the
I'm not
Catwoman.
sure.
Is Black Cat? I know that. At least from what I've seen.
That's like a stupid copy. Who gives a fuck about that?
Yeah,
but
right.
Anyways, I think Age of Ultron is a great movie. I thought it was super fun. I saw it in the big theaters. I remember going and seeing it. It was a great movie. I loved it.
Yeah, it was a great one. Again, I really don't have too many issues with it. So
no, I have none. I love the whole them chopping the wood at Hawkman's fucking home
right.
and shit.
Hawkman.
I love Hawkman. Excuse me.
Hawkeye. You mean?
Hawkman.
You just said a Hawkman again.
Oh
Hawkeye.
my god! Excuse me. Oh my god.
I am Hawkman.
Hawkman's a.
I know he's
a DC superhero.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, and then that
Hawkeye.
with the whole like party scene where they're trying to pick up the hammer too. That was really cool. And then you saw like it slightly moving. Thor's like, oh shit.
It's confirmed that Cap could have lifted it, but he just didn't.
Well, but it was also is that what it was confirmed? Because I thought it was confirmed that the whole reason he couldn't was because he was holding the truth about Tony's parents.
That's maybe.
And then like because since he got that off his chest, basically that now he was
that
worthy.
makes a lot more sense. But then, anyways, trying to speed this up a little bit.
Yeah, sorry.
At number 8, we got Ant-Man, a super fun movie.
Oh shit! Okay.
I thought it was. I'm not too set in stone with the placement of the last 3 movies that I put my 8, 9, and 10.
I'm literally the same exact way.
Yeah.
The last 3, I'm like, fuck, I don't know where to put these.
I just thought that Ant-Man was a really different. It was a hero that I literally went to go see. Fuck, I have a funny story about going to see that movie, but I'm not going to talk about that on this.
Well, now I kind of want you to.
No.
Okay. Save it for a different
later time.
All right. I will say I don't have Ant-Man on my list at all.
Okay.
Which I was actually surprised because I thought I would, but then I saw all these other movies. I'm like, fuck, I can't not put these movies on here.
It's a character that I thought I just would not like because it's like, who gives a fuck
Right.
about him?
I feel
And then
like
it just
he'd be
made it.
terrible.
It was super funny, and I liked it a lot. So Ant-Man fits in at number 8. And I got number 7 is the OG Iron Man. As we said, that fucking movie is absolutely needs to be on everyone's list.
That was
It's a
you said
great
number
movie.
7 for that one?
Yeah, number 7 is Iron
Okay.
Man. I just think that
Respectable.
Iron Man's a really good movie, but it was like one of the first ones. So as they went on, they just got like way better in quality and everything.
I will say, yeah.
That it's. I think Iron Man's probably the only one of like the first few movies that make it onto my list. Yeah, it's the only
shit.
like an older movie.
Yeah, you're
like
right.
that.
Actually, now I look at mine, like that's the only old one that I have.
None of them. Yeah.
Or considered older ones.
So then I'm coming at number 6. I got Far From Home, which I really enjoyed. Far From Home. I thought it was a great movie. I loved all the, like I said, I love all the characters, his class, and they even shortened the class up because they're on a field trip.
Right.
And the teachers are fucking hilarious. The whole scene
I
on the
loved
airplane
this.
where he's like, Peter's got a perfume
There's no
allergy.
joke.
There's no joke. Let's switch around, and he like goes
And then-
completely
yeah, and then-
out
and
of
then
his way
they're-
to make it harder.
Yeah, he like switches them around like 3 different seats and shit when it could have just been like a simple swap.
I'm trying to be the cool teacher, but you can't be taking pictures.
No
of
more
people
pictures in the
bathroom.
bathroom. Yeah. I'm doing my best, Julius.
Yeah, dude. It's just a great dynamic, and honestly, it makes me want to just see more of just them.
I will say,
opposed
I
to
did
them.
not put that in my top 10.
Yeah.
But now that I talk about it, I'm like, fuck, maybe I should have. But I'm not
sorry.
changing anything.
Yeah,
But yeah, they totally should make some kind of like. To be honest, I think it'd be a perfect show, just because like it'd be like Peter and all his classmates. Like each show would just be like their adventures, obviously in class, and how funny they'd be. And obviously, you could also have you would have him Spider-Man and stuff like that.
and then incorporate like lesser villains that he could be.
Right,
fighting.
exactly. And even like if you do some of the major ones, like you could do You know, maybe you could introduce. I mean, this is a completely
Like Dr. Octopus could maybe be the main villain throughout like the entire like first
right. And then
season or
what they
something.
could do is they could slowly introduce like the Sinister Six, and then if they want to, make a movie then and be like the Sinister Six, and they already let up all the villains, and now they have them all just come together. That'd be
True
cool.
that, yeah.
Something like that.
But-
It would never happen, I don't think, because Sony has it and all that
Big
licensing
dumb.
shit. Yeah,
But
the big dumb.
at number 5, I got Winter Soldier. Like we said, everyone thinks this movie's the best. I think it's a great movie. I love the whole Illuminati Hydra type feel in the movie. I love Cap's suit. I even love it more that George St. Pierre, the MMA GOAT, is in the movie. He's the villain in the beginning.
Yeah, you pointed that out when we rewatched it the other day.
Yeah,
Or not
you
the
can
other day,
actually
but
tell
a few
he's
weeks
doing
ago.
actual moves when everyone else is doing Hollywood
Like
moves.
flippy shit, yeah.
Yeah. Black Widow's cool in it. Like I just love that movie. That movie is a great movie. Nothing more to say about it. I will say my 4th movie is Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, like I said before, it made me love the what I like Ant-Man. It made me love these characters I didn't know anything about.
Yeah, I was like, who the fuck are the Guardians of the Galaxy? Like, what is this shit? Some weird fucking raccoon and a tree? I'm like, what
I
is this
fucking
bullshit?
love all of them. They all have
it's
great
so
dynamic.
great.
They're all hilarious.
And they just
then
they
it's
just
like
get
a
better as it
touching
goes
at
on.
the end where they all grab
yeah.
hands together and all infused with the crystal.
And
And,
it
the
just-
villain's fucking dope. We get to see Thanos for the first time.
and Ronan.
Besides Age of Ultron. We get
Or
to
not
see
Ronan. No, Ronan.
Yeah,
I think.
Ronan.
Yeah,
Ronan.
you're right.
Mhm. It's just an awesome fucking movie.
It is
and it's
really good.
I think it comes down to the plot and the funny points for me, which really steal it.
And it's like, and if you think about, I mean, this is just the Guardian Galaxy as a whole, like, as characters, they just got so much better as it went on. Like, in Endgame, they're so fucking funny. At least, like, Drax, when he's like, I've mastered becoming so invisible.
I know.
Was that in Endgame? That was in Endgame, right?
That might be...
Or no, I'm
Infinity
thinking,
War.
I'm thinking of Volume 2. I don't know. I'm
No,
fucking
that was
off
it.
on
That
the
was in
movies now.
Infinity War, I'm
Was
pretty
it?
sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
I don't know.
whatever.
We're going to look back and be like, wow, we're fucking stupid. But anyway.
number 3 is Ragnarok. That's honestly a given. It's the best movie of all of them besides the 2 fucking jam-packed amazing movies at the end.
I feel like Ragnarok needs to be, at the very least, in a top 5, but personally, I think it should always be in someone's top 3.
It's fantastic. It's hilarious. It
sure.
has the best version of any of the superheroes because Thor is my favorite hero in this entire universe, and that's the best version of Thor.
That and Infinity War were
So
the
far.
best versions.
Which we're getting Skinny
has
Thor
ever
in the
been.
new Thor, so he's
thank the
probably going to be
Lord.
the best in this new one. Yeah.
I didn't hate it, but like they definitely had to. I don't know. We'll talk about Endgame in a second.
Yeah, but Ragnarok was great. Introduced a bunch of new characters, a fantastic villain, Doctor Strange cameo, like I said, and I loved it so much. I literally watched it for the first time like 3 hours before we went to go see Infinity
Oh,
War
I
in
remember
theaters.
that.
Yeah. We watched that. It led right into fucking Loki getting murdered. Spoiler, but and then 2 and
Hey,
1.
listen, if they
is-
haven't seen Endgame by now, this is
Yeah.
all their fault at this
yeah.
point.
And then 2 and 1 is Infinity War and Endgame.
Understandable for sure.
Like I can't put Infinity War above Endgame, honestly, just because the end battles are not anywhere to
That's
be
the thing.
compared
So
to.
the thing with Endgame is at the beginning, like the first half of the movie, is like, you know, you have all your lead up, you have all like the heroes, you know, beaten down, but they're coming back. You know, it's been 5 years, whatever. And then the last like half, maybe not half, but the
No, I
last
say
good,
more
like,
than last
hour.
half because I will say when I was first watching Endgame, like this is not as amazing as Infinity War because Infinity War started off with Thanos
Mm-hmm.
coming in, but it started off a little slow, and as soon as they started going back in time and getting crystals, I'm like, oh, this is fucking
Okay,
sick.
so I'm just
And
talking
then
more about
all of that.
action-y. I meant like in the beginning, it's more of like story, like trying to get everything set up, and then the last half is like complete, just nonstop fucking action, basically.
It's a great movie,
and it's
I
just
fucking love it.
insane. It's
The only thing
It's
was
the most
Fat Thor, but they had
spine-chilling-
to
yeah.
nerf Thor.
They had to nerf Thor,
Because
or
Thor
else,
was-
yeah, he literally basically single-handedly killed Thanos.
Yeah.
Realistically,
He killed him in the beginning.
yeah. Well, I'm saying like also like when he had all 6 Infinity Stones, he literally would have been able to kill him. He threw the axe and it fucking went through it. Which okay, I don't understand all that. I don't know if Thor's for some reason fucking stronger than he had 6 Infinity Stones, but we won't get into that. But he literally could have just fucking killed him himself, basically.
Yeah.
So it's like they obviously had to nerf him, and then they obviously wanted to make Captain Marvel seem like she was more badass than she actually was. But
Yeah, that's why my Hey Peter Parker got something for me.
there's actually a thing in I'm playing that Marvel Strike
You
Force
got
game.
nothing till you fix this damn door! Remember that fucking scene?
That was a fucking perfect callback. Holy shit. Oh my god!
I don't know how I just thought of that.
I don't know, but that was fucking perfect. But anyways, I was thinking
my top 10's done, so the floor is yours.
All right, but
Wait, let me go. The chair just fucking popped on me.
I was gonna say Kamala Khan, who is Miss Marvel, actually has like writes fan fiction as as part of her biography or whatever as a character, and her like biggest ship is fucking Captain Marvel and Peter Parker. So I don't know if that was just supposed to be like a nod to that or what, but I just wanted to put that out there. Anyways, continue.
Oh my god. Anyways, number 10 we got Homecoming, 9 Age of Ultron, 8 Ant-Man, 7 Iron Man, 6 Far From Home, 5 Winter Soldier, 4 Guardians, 1. 3 Ragnarok, 2 Infinity War, 1 Endgame. That is Frank's fucking top 10 Marvel MCU movies. You heard it here on Half Past Sheev, Mike. I don't know why I did that weird intro, but
you introduced mine. Thank you. I appreciate it.
The floor is yours.
My number 10, Age of Ultron.
Yeah, see, I feel like that's very fair. I had it at number 9, so Age of Ultron is a great movie, but you can't rank it higher than
I don't think
Juggernaut.
So. No, I don't think so at all.
But you can't leave it off. It's
that's
so
what I'm saying.
good.
Personally, I can't leave it off.
It's better than the first one.
Yeah, I think it is. And that's the thing. A lot of people think the first
one again.
I need to too, so that's why I feel like I just need to watch all 4 of the Avengers and just like rank just those 4 and then figure out from there. I feel like that's what I need to do personally.
I think what it does for me is the villains. I prefer Ultron over Loki.
Yeah, because Loki, like realistically wasn't too much of like the villain. He just had an army that he just had come down.
He was cooler in Dark World than he was in the Avengers movie.
He was cooler in Ragnarok because he was actually helping Thor.
Yeah,
he wasn't being a jackass. But anyways, Age of Ultron, number 10. Again, I think it was a great movie. Like you said, the villain, which was Ultron, was definitely the most imposing villain of the first 2 Avengers, at least, because it was just him. Like literally, all of that was just him compared to Loki, like needing an army and using the fucking
Thanos' fucking aliens.
Yeah, exactly. The Chitauri, or whatever it's called.
Pussy.
All that shit. Exactly, pussy bitch. Where's Asgardians?
Yeah, right.
So the next one, Civil War.
Okay.
So like you said, the last 3 for me, I would probably say the last 4 for me are kind of hard to place. So I just kind of put them where they are, just kind of let them lie. But I'll put Civil War definitely above Age of Ultron though. So that's why I think Age of Ultron is actually the only one that's in the right place. Okay. Civil War. I can't go wrong because it's introduction of Black Panther, which was really cool as an introduction. And Spider-Man. Like, you introduced 2 of, I will say, some of the coolest characters. Because, again, Black Panther's really good, don't get me wrong, but I do think just that movie was overhyped. That movie was still great. Like, the whole, everything about him, like, he's, like, basically became the king in that. And then he was, like, Wakanda and all that. Wakanda wasn't introduced in that, but you had the idea of, like, this kind of African warrior and everything like that. That was really cool in Civil War. I like that. Then we have Winter Soldier. So I put it pretty low down, I would say. At least compared to you. Well, you put it on 5, I think.
Compared to most people.
Yeah, compared to most people, I did put it really low. I put it at number 7. Okay. It's just, I don't know. It's really good, don't get me wrong. I just feel like I like all these other movies better than it. Like, I'd rather go watch these other movies that I have higher than it before Winter Soldier. But Winter Soldier as a movie is still really, really good. Then I have Homecoming. So I have Homecoming at number 6. So I put that above Winter Soldier.
Interesting. They're gonna come for you.
They're gonna come for me. I know. I can feel it. But overall, I mean,
release the house.
There's not too much to say. Because maybe it's just because Spider-Man's a fan favorite. I think that's probably just part of it. But again, like you said, like Tony and Spider-Man's like relationship, everything like that is fucking cool. And then I really like Vulture as a villain. I think he was cool. Good old Spider-Man.
Michael Keaton's a fucking...
Exactly.
Michael Keaton's great. I love the 2 Spider-Man movies because, like, they're not just jumping in and be like, we're going to do Green Goblin, Dr. Octopus, we're going to get Venom, and then we're going to do, like, a Sandman or a Scorpion or Electro or something basic like that. They gave us 2 really new villains, and
that they've never done in the movies before.
No, they've never done them, and they made them really awesome. And Mysterio was awesome.
He was really cool.
That was a piece of shit, though. Fuck him.
Fuck Quentin Beck.
He revealed Spider-Man.
Fucking bastard.
See, now he's even more like Iron Man.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Now his which they might try to forego or like go backwards and do the whole like lawyer case shit or who knows.
Yeah, but Vulture was awesome too.
Vulture was awesome. Anyways, then at my what is that number 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, my number 5. I put sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I think I'm being dumb. Sorry, number 6. Number 6, I put Doc Strange. I personally really like Doctor Strange. I listed Age of Ultron, Civil War, Winter Soldier, Homecoming, and I put Doctor Strange. Wait, what? Did I? Am I?
No,
wait,
that's
1,
6.
2,
That's 6 because
4,
you're going
5,
backwards.
6,
That's
7,
10.
8, 9, 10. No, yeah,
9,
okay.
8, 7, 6. That's 6.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know.
We're being big dumb.
I'm the
right
big
now.
dumb. Yeah. Doctor
It
Strange.
also is 2:20 right now. Yeah. Yeah,
Doctor Strange for me, I just really liked it because of the whole like mysticism of it,
I've
like
only
the
seen
whole
it
like
once, so I
magician.
need to watch
I've seen it multiple times, and I always like that, and I'm really excited for the next one because they're gonna go, I think, more into it because they said they were a little bit more subdued with the first one because they weren't sure how people were gonna react to it.
To be the sorcerer.
I know Sorcerer Supreme. I just find all of that stuff really really cool.
Yeah.
So I really like Doctor.
I
Strange.
loved him in the Avengers, the last 2 Avengers.
Oh yeah, for sure. Although I will say in Endgame he was completely useless. I hated that, where he literally just came and just did the tornado. But I mean, obviously, the whole reasoning for that was because he's seen all other possibilities and was like, yeah, this is the only one where we win.
Also, like, he probably would have done more, but it's like they were focusing on the boys.
Well, again, but that too. But again, it also does come in where he's like, yeah, like I already know how this is going to play out, so he had to make it play out a specific way. So I can see that. I can give that a pass. But anyways, Doctor Strange number 6, great movie. Then above that, I have Iron Man in my top 5.
Okay.
So for me, it's, again, the nostalgia glasses. It's fucking hard for me to put that any lower. Just because Iron Man 1, I've seen it so many times, and I feel like I've never gotten tired of it. It's the beginning of an era. And for me, it was really cool because it was like, not the first superhero movie, but like, it was one of the superhero movies that I watched and I was like, wow, this is like a fucking cool superhero. I don't know why, but it just made me like feel like that when I was a kid. Over like Batman and Superman and all that for some reason. Besides Spider-Man. I will say Spider-Man also made me feel like that. But Iron Man itself was just pivotal for my superhero watching as well as kind of getting more into heroes. Then I have the next 4 is basically your list. I have Guardians, I have Ragnarok, I have Infinity War, and I have Endgame. I just feel like those are just, for us, those are the solid list.
Guardians is a very unique movie, very funny, very cool villain. It's just like an easy pick.
It's what Suicide should have been. Suicide Squad should have been for the DC universe.
That's exactly what it should have been. Suicide Squad, to people that don't read comics and don't know anything about it, do not know anything about it.
Exactly. When I heard about it, I was like, I have no idea what the fuck this is. But you know what? I watched it because of Marvel. Marvel made Guardians. I was like, what the fuck is this? And I watched and I loved it. So I was hoping the same thing would happen with that. And it definitely did not. It highly disappointed me. But
I mean, yeah, it's a given. Ragnarok's the best movie besides the last 2 Avengers.
Yeah, I would give that.
Hands
for
down.
Sure.
It's highly enjoyable.
Oh yeah,
Like,
it's
just so.
it brings so many different
fucking
things. Plus, you
amazing.
get more of Hulk. What you get the first of like Hulk's personality, because before you just see Hulk smash, basically. You know, it's just stupid dumb Hulk basically running around.
And then
fucking
him like
smashing
kind of
things.
being in love with.
Yeah, but now
Black
he's
Widow.
yeah, that's true. Hey, big guy, sun's getting real low. But now it has. Now it shows
this damn door.
Oh my god! Fucking see, that's what I'm saying. Like
Tobey
those 3
Maguire
movies.
3, the Spider-Man 3
Oh
was a
god,
monster.
he was a fucking horde monster. I can't believe they did that. You know, he's actually Sam Raimi's directing Doctor Strange 2. Sam Raimi's the
really?
one who directed 1, 2, 3 of Spider-Man, which is interesting. I can't remember. Why was it interesting? There was something. Oh, there was a callback. In Spider-Man 2. They wanted to call Dr. Octopus. They made a joke. They said call him Doctor Strange. And the guy was like, oh, that one's already taken by another hero or some shit like that. And that was like, I think that was the funny callback because they just randomly threw it in and they didn't know they were going to ever direct a Doctor Strange movie.
Okay.
But yeah, anyways, that was my top 10. I mean,
Infinity War Endgame is a given.
Infinity War,
It's just
Endgame is a given. Again,
Endgame's obviously better than Infinity War.
and it's hard for me to do that. And it's not hard for me to do that. It's just Infinity War, when I remember back to it, like there's so many hype movement.
Chokes you up like on your left. And they just fucking...
I know!
The
and the
just
fucking splash screen, we've talked about this before, the splash screen of just Captain America sitting there alone versus the entire army and Thanos standing there was fucking beautiful. But also, Infinity War with Thor just fucking coming down and just starting to wreck everybody with Groot and Rocket on his shoulders. That was fucking spine-chilling as well. It's just fucking... hard to pick your hype moments.
No way.
I know.
He just sends down. The first thing you see is this fucking hammer fly by. He catches it.
Yeah.
And then Rocket's on his fucking shoulder. And
know.
And then Groot in the beginning, like making his hammer, fucking sacrificing
I know, yeah,
his
and
arm.
fucking cut off his arm. Oh, fuck, dude.
Those movies are so good.
All right, anyways.
So good. Well, I think it would be a good time to dive into our fucking last topic of the day before we run out of time.
I know, we're already running out of time.
We're probably gonna push this episode a little long to stay tuned, y'all. We got a great topic. We're gonna discuss what we think. It's basically if you were to show like your kid or someone that has never seen Star Wars, like how would you show it to them?
So in my case, my sister.
Chronological order. So yeah. So what it comes down for me, I have a little extra things, but I think the first argument or question I have for us is, what do you think's more important? The relationships that you build throughout 1, 2, and 3 to then see them go out in
like
4,
what
5,
they
and 6.
become?
Yeah, with like Obi-Wan and Anakin, but then or the reveals, because you lose all the reveals if you watch 1, 2, 3 before 4, 5, and 6.
Personally, I think I like the reveals more.
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
So we're in agreement with that.
Yeah. I would.
That was a lot
for
easier
sure-
than I thought. I thought that would be a debate.
Yeah.
So now let me throw this at you. So I personally think that starting someone off into Star Wars, the best way to do it is show them Rogue One. And let me tell you this, why. It's a really interesting movie, and it doesn't start off with Jedi. So they know this universe is not only Jedi. Also, it leads right into A New Hope, which is awesome. And then Vader is awesome in Rogue One. So you being introduced to Darth Vader, he is so fucking cool in Rogue One. Like, you get to see him choke him and shit, and then you pull his lightsaber.
You're right.
So I feel like you need to show them Rogue One first, because I did that with my friend. He watched it and was like, this is amazing. And then he watched it that way and really liked it.
See, but the issue with that, so there's another plus side and a kind of an issue that I have with it. The plus side is that also all the main characters, spoiler if you for some reason haven't seen it, they all die. So the plus side is you're not going to ever see them again anyways. So like it's kind of like you see them and then they die, their story's told, and like that's kind of like the end of that, and then it starts into like all of Star Wars then. So it is kind of like a perfect introduction. But my downside is it's because it's newer, it looks so good.
No, I don't think that matters.
You don't think so? I think it does personally, but it also depends on who's viewing it. Like my sister doesn't really care as much about like what it looks like. She's more of into the story, so she actually really liked the original
You're
trilogy.
just gonna have to tell them that it's older looking, because that's what happened to my friend. He watched A New Hope and was like, "What the fuck is this?" I'm like, "Dude, it's just an older movie."
Well, that's
Just
the thing
watch
though.
it."
Like it depends on who you're showing it to. Like I was saying, like if you're trying to show it to a kid, I can 100% tell you the kid's not gonna like the fucking original trilogy compared to the prequels, lightsabers going everywhere and blasters fucking everywhere compared to the original trilogy.
See, you have to show it to them when they can respect the story.
That's true. That's true.
Because.
But then what if they're already tainted? What if they've already? What if they started off with Solo?
We're not talking about showing it to like a little kid that needs to be attention grabbing. We're talking about just like the best way to chronologically watch it.
Okay, somebody came up to you and was like, "Hey, I want to watch Star Wars. Where should I start?"
Yeah, so we're not like
okay.
We're not. I said like kid, but I didn't mean it like we're showing it to like your 6-year-old son or something like that. You'd be showing it to your like 14. I mean, they're gonna have watched it by then. But,
well, yeah, that's what I was saying. What if they're too old to get tainted? The first one they watch is Solo, and you're like, "Fuck."
Or if this is for the person that is listening to this and doesn't watch Star Wars and wants to watch it perfect, I would say you watch Rogue One first. You get
I can agree.
It builds up all this bullshit, and it has like you're like, what is all this stuff? The Death Star plans. You don't know what the Death Star is.
Yeah, it only alludes to the Force too. It really doesn't like talk too in depth. Like you kind of just like,
what is Darth Vader? Like he's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
And then you go into the next one, and then they reveal the Death Star. You're like, oh my god, that's.
And
what
they reveal the Force
about.
technically.
Yeah, and then you go 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah,
I would say. And then after 6, you've seen all this stuff. You get all your beautiful reveals. And then this is what I personally think, would jump back to 1 and watch them as prequels. So, and then I mean, you just jump back and you're like, oh, cool, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi. And then you just watch it.
Yeah.
This is what I would do. I would go 1, 2, and I would stop. Let me bust out the notes because I have specific little episode action going on. So you would watch 1 and 2. You're like, oh, this is cool. We get to see Anakin. We saw Maul. What the fuck? A double-sided lightsaber. This is awesome. And then you would start watching Clone Wars season 1 through 6.
Right.
Season 7, episode 1 through 9. So episode 9 is the first episode where Ahsoka meets Anakin again. So throughout this, you have now seen Anakin mature throughout the Clone Wars without knowing about him in Revenge of the Sith.
Right.
And you also now see Ahsoka as a key component, as not just being added in like we saw her. So I think that's key to it. I think that makes Ahsoka way more important.
Personally, I would go up to like completely just right up to the Siege of Mandalore.
That's literally what episode 9 is.
I wouldn't include episode 9 though. Like I would have episode 9 and the rest of it just be with
No, because I like doing that because episode 9 has the episode 9, the last you see Anakin and Obi-Wan, they're running to go save the Chancellor. So then you get told that the Chancellor's been captured, and then it goes right into episode 3.
That's true.
And then so you basically last time you see Anakin and Obi-Wan, they're like, oh, we're gonna go save the Chancellor. They leave, and then you see what Ahsoka's doing. Then you start the third movie off, and then you see what Anakin and Obi-Wan are doing. That starts the movie off.
Yep.
And then you have to go back and see what Ahsoka lived through.
Right.
And then after we see the Clone
we
Wars,
including games? No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, we could. Then you would.
Fallen Order?
Yeah, that's kind of hard to.
No,
put
it's different.
And then obviously probably go Rebels Solo. And then the sequels. Right?
See, for that it would depend because for me, Rebels definitely, Solo and other like side story ones that they're going to be adding like TV shows.
I think you should watch Solo with Rebels just because Maul's in the end.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So like it's kind of cool to tie it all together. So like it just fits in.
No, you're right.
There.
Yeah,
it's like
no,
the same time
you're
period
right.
as Rebels.
Mm-hmm. The only thing is Rebels. Actually, no, that's fine. Yeah, no, you're right. I'm sorry. I was trying to look because I remember Rebels had like a split time gap, but it's still between 3 and 4, I believe. So it shouldn't affect anything really.
It doesn't even go in. Rogue One is way closer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then you then watch the sequels as sequels.
Right.
Then fit Resistance in however it fits.
Which I haven't watched it, so I have no fucking idea.
I don't know how deep it goes into this sequel timeline either, if
right.
it goes to Rise of Skywalker or not. But
I have no idea. I'm actually surprised that we've literally basically just agreed on this. Like 20. The only thing that like was off, but then when you explained it, made more sense to me was the Clone Wars episode. That was like
that's perfect. Imagine how cool that would be. Like my two favorite things of watching it that way is you get introduced to Vader, so cool, and then all the reveals are so much better. And like the Death Star is kind of a reveal,
right?
Because you didn't see it before, and you get to see like Death Troopers. You're like, yo, what the fuck?
And you know what? I think so. Like you said, fit Solo in. Sorry, this is just kind of stepping in for a second.
Yeah.
I would put Solo because I think in the Rebels, I think like after a certain season they have like a time gap. Like I would just throw it between that time gap. Like might as well because I'm pretty sure that's after Maul anyways.
Oh yeah. So they have 4 seasons. Season 1 and 2. They might have a time gap where Ezra gets his green light.
Yeah, because I think 2 is the end of Maul, right? I don't think he's in anything else after that.
No, he's in more stuff.
Is he? Oh, okay, never mind then.
Yeah,
well, either way, you can still put it in.
Season 2 is where Ahsoka and Vader fight. It's just where Maul is introduced, and then Maul like is currently like doing things with Ezra and like trying to train him as his apprentice, whatever.
Oh really? Oh shit!
Yeah,
I thought that was later on.
And then he goes and fights Obi-Wan in I think season 3 or whatever.
Oh,
and then
okay.
Tarkin's in season 4 or something. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, because Kanan was blinded in season 2, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just trying to remember.
In season 3, he gets
What
blinded.
the
in
fuck?
season
I'm
2.
completely off then. Whatever.
Because season 1, the whole villain of that is the Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah.
And then season 2, Ahsoka's introduced, and at the end she's taken out because then it's the whole thing.
Right.
Whatever. But yeah. Anyways.
But yeah, and then I'm assuming. So that's the thing. Where would you put Mando?
Oh, I completely left Mando out. Mando would be.
Mando.
I would do. Judging from where it's going, I would actually put it before I would have anyone watch the sequels.
Okay.
So that'd be the first thing we watch after we would watch then Revenge of the Sith.
That is a good lead-in because
Rebels, Solo, and then you jump into Mando and you're like, whoa, we're at post-Empire time. Whoa.
Yeah, because that's all like that was capping off basically before. Mm-hmm. Before the Empire, well, before and during the Empire,
and
basically.
then you go right into
and
like
then
Ahsoka and them, so like you get to see a lot of like familiar characters.
Obviously, it would depend on where Mando goes as well, because for all we know, it could fucking change something completely and be like, okay, maybe we should watch that later or earlier.
And we're obviously getting the Obi-Wan show, so that will be there. In the show,
there's
whatever,
a shit ton of other things that they're gonna be making,
But the thing I like the most of this is how we get to see Anakin and Obi-Wan going off to the Revenge.
Yeah,
of the
you get to
Sith
see
mission.
their like relationship in total too.
Yeah,
which is really really cool.
Which it's essential to see the Clone Wars, and the Clone Wars would start with the movie, this Clone Wars movie, and then jump into the show.
Right. What we really need to do, we got to go throughout the Revenge of the Sith, and we have to pause and then play like the Clone Wars episode. Yeah, because they like literally like freeze frame away into like Ahsoka and shit.
Mix it all together.
Yeah, right. Yeah, fucking cut it up and just put it all together.
Edit it perfectly, but But yeah, I think that concludes this week's episode.
For sure.
I think we went a little long.
A little bit. Not too long.
Not as
too
much
long.
as I thought, but we had some great topics. I'm actually surprised we agreed on that so easily.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought it was going to be like a fucking debate, and it really wasn't.
But leave us in the comments what you guys thought, what you liked. Let us know what you want to do for our next top 5. I'm thinking like top 5 live-action fights and the top 5 animated fights of Star Wars or something like that.
Yeah.
But hope you guys enjoyed this week.
Donate to our OnlyFans. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, our OnlyFans account. But hope you guys enjoyed, and in the wise words of Emperor Sheev Palpatine,
God rest his soul.
do it. Donate to get us a hot Cheeto.
Ooh,